knowledge yet, but I appreciate Rebecca just giving me the opportunity to say a couple of words about the mentoring program, really my involvement and how I got involved with the Alliance Against Violence, and really the experience that I've had. And just a little background about me. I was born and raised in Melrose, and the youngest of 8 children. And one of the things that I was fortunate enough to have in life was a lot of siblings, but also a lot of great coaches and mentors and teachers in my life that at certain points, at different points in my life, were there for me. And being a father now of 2 young boys and moving back to Melrose, one of the things I thought that was extremely important that I do is get involved in the community. So what I did was just reach out and look for opportunities within Melrose to give back only my time.
Hi.
You want to come on up, please take it. Place where I could give time and energy and a commitment to an organization that was doing very specific things. And I was introduced to the Melrose Alliance Against Violence through really the local newspaper. This was kind of before Facebook really took off, and I was able to see some of the things that they did. And one was the Mother's Day race and the photos and just the community spirit and the involvement of the people that live in this community was impressive. So I was able to touch base with Sharon, and I got a chance to know Sharon and learn a little bit more about the mentoring program. I've coached before, and I've done some big brother and big sister work, so I wanted to find that organization that gave back to the younger generation, and I feel that it's the future of our city, it's the future of our communities, and if you're not willing to give back to that, then you're defeating the purpose of living in a great town like Melrose. So had the privilege to meet with Sharon and get to know about the program, and after some initial challenges with getting paired up with a mentee, good the graces of God, I was able to get paired up with a young gentleman that I just have nothing but wonderful, wonderful things to say about on so many different levels and so many areas of his life. And I don't know, the impact that I had on him, but I can speak to the impact that he had on me. And I just remember that the first time I met him was at Starbucks right across the street, and the awkwardness of that interaction. And everything sounds wonderful when you talk to Sharon. And this is great. You're really going to make an impact. And then I met him, and I knew there was some issues, and there were going to be some struggles and some pain points along the way. And I'm so happy to have gone through that with him, because it's been about 1.5 years, and there's 2 things in our relationship that really has stood out. And you never know the type of impact that you're going to have or you're going to make. It's a 14-year-old kid, and God, there's issues going on there, and so you're hoping you can connect. You're hoping you can get that trust, and you really can get him to open up about all the things that he's thinking about that are going on that he would like to talk about. And initially it was difficult, but there's 2 things that really have stood out to me. The first one was within our first couple of months, and I identified with him that some of the areas he was struggling with was confidence, looking people in the eye. And I think that from a personal standpoint is so important to feel value of oneself, and to feel like a member of a family or a community or a school, or just to be a part of something, and to feel that worth, I think is not only important at 14, it's important at 24, 40, and for forever. So I really wanted to focus on self-esteem development with him, and everything that we did, I wanted to cater to getting him to think about himself in maybe a different way and see him in a little different light. And I'll never forget the first real kind of fun thing that we did was go to the batting cages. And I asked him, what would you like to do? And I think we had gone to the arcade and had some pizza or went to Starbucks. We did a couple of things together, but I asked him if he ever been to the batting cages. He said no. So I thought every 14-year-old should have the opportunity to go to the batting cages. So I was excited to go there with him, and it was soon proven to me that he had not been to the batting cages. He wasn't good, and he didn't know how to hold the bat, and didn't know how to stand it. I played in the over 30 baseball league, and so I said, let me show you a few things. And I got in there and hit the ball, and I said, I probably made that look easy. And I said, come on in, let's teach you how to stand. And he said, no, I got it. So he tried to hit the ball and missed, and swing and miss, and I could see him getting frustrated. And one of the things he said, and he kind of mumbled it under his breath, he didn't say it to me, but he said it. He said, I'll never be able to hit the ball. So that was the last pitch that went by, and I said, hold on, time out, come here for a minute. And I looked at me, and we were just getting together, and I said, I don't ever want to hear you say that again. I said, you can do anything you put your mind to. And I didn't know how he was going to take that. And he just looked at me and gave me a little smile. I said, now get up there and hit the ball. And he turned around, went up, and first pitch came, and he swung and hit the ball. Probably would have been an out, but he hit the ball.
No judgmental. I was teary for a second.
That ball is still going.
And the reaction that he had when he turned to me, I smiled at him, he smiled at me, and I knew at that point this was going to work. And that trust was developed from that point, and it continued through a lot of the fun things that him and I were able to do. But it really came to a head, so the program just ended. And my relationship with him will not end, but the program as it was constituted had ended. So that's where we started. Where we ended was last week, and I've never been as impressed with a young man as I was with him over last weekend. And it started about a month ago. I was telling him I was training for the Tough Mudder up in Gunstock, and I used to be, in relatively good shape, but I haven't done anything like that in such a long time. And a group of guys from Melrose have gotten together. Everybody's got torn this, and sore this, and we got through it. And I was just talking to him about doing something fun, doing something with people you like, challenge yourself to doing, things that you're not comfortable with. And I had no idea how I was going to respond to doing something like this. It just, but I was just telling him, and subconsciously, I wanted him to think about what could he be doing, how could he challenge himself. So a week and a half ago, I can't remember if his mother or him reached out to me on Facebook and invited me to go see him in an obstacle course challenge up in Canton. And I was just totally blown away by that, because if you've seen him, it doesn't match up. I mean, it's something that is so out of his comfort zone to go there by himself with no one he knows and do something that he's never done before and invite me to go witness it. I was so happy and thrilled. So I took my two boys down there, and we got there, and his mother and his mother's boyfriend and his little brother was there. And I got a chance to spend a couple of hours with him before he went. And he was very, we had fun and went to the swing sets, and, we're just talking and pumping him up and saying, listen, it's awesome you're here. I knew he wasn't going to do good. There was no way he could do good. But I just said, I'm so proud of you for being here. You're not going to realize this now, but from your growth and for your ability to set yourself up in the future to take on more challenges, this is awesome. This is a success before he even started. Well, he started out great, and he got maybe a quarter way through it, he stopped. And I was cheering him on, and I saw him stop, and I said, man, so he slumped, and he came walking in, and he was so upset and emotional about it. And I just put my arm around him, and I said, man, you've already won. You've already won. And I'm so proud of you for doing what you just did. You show me, you teach me. And I wanted him to realize that. And whether he did at that point or shortly thereafter, he did. And it was just a great experience. The mentoring program and the work that Sharon puts into it, it's not easy because you're juggling a lot of different things with a lot of different variables. And to be able to put it together, and I don't think I was the only success in this program. There were other people in there that really shared some of those same experiences, and hopefully we made an impact in that mentoring program, in the funding that was given to us. Will be put to good work, and will have an impact on hopefully many different levels. So I appreciate it.